Well, after 2 days of gale force winds, this morning they've let up enough to get away from the dock and get out into the big lake. I'm seeing a lot of the rollers now that had fetch from all the way to the southern part of Lake Michigan, where it's been blowing for 2 days. So as I get out here, the waves are building yet, but not bad at all, just rolling. I'm going to have wind pretty much on the stern all day today, so I'll be broad reaching, which is just a roly-poly way to go, back and forth, pitch and yaw, but real easy sailing. Beautiful morning. I got about 11 more miles to go to Gray's Reef, and then I can turn due north. So, but what a beautiful morning. 5:15 or 5:50, excuse me, and the high winds have decided to let me out of here, and we got about 10 knots of wind right now on the beam, which is perfect. So we are heading out of the bay at St. James, and we'll be heading out and then turning north up through Gray's Reef. And at some point today, I'll get some pictures of the Mackinac Bridge. So winds right now are great. They're supposed to build. I'm thinking I'm going to be ahead of the worst of it, getting such an early start. But we'll see. I welcome some wind anyway. It's nice to have about 10 knots like we got right now. It's great. So yeah, good. Got the mainsail boom out and got a preventer on it, so we're basically running with the wind. As soon as I turn my course north from at Gray's Reef, we'll be totally running with the wind. So I'll do a little tricky stuff with the sails then. But yeah, it's beautiful out. I don't know if you can see these or not. The camera really takes the depth perception away, I know. But we got some 4-footers now building behind us. You can see some white caps out there. It's a following sea, so it's running up underneath us and pitching us sideways and then yawing, and kind of fun actually. Got good boat speed, almost 6 knots. Got about 13-14 knots of wind. I can see the markers now for Gray's Reef. Okay, so I think we're getting some 5-foot waves here today. It's building. Winds are about 15 knots. It's actually all good. Coming up to Gray's Reef right now. I can see all the markers. Gee, rolly. Okay, so I think we're getting some 5-foot waves here today. It's building. Winds are about 15 knots. It's actually all good. Coming up to Gray's Reef right now. I can see all the markers. Gee, rolly. Alright, we've had about 7 knots of boat speed. Really awesome. I can see the bridge up in front of me. It's still 14 nautical miles out, so it's a ways out. Got some really big waves and riding high on them right now, so I got my work cut out here. I'll just keep my hands on the wheel and we'll get underneath this bridge. Getting gusts over 20 knots, 5 and 6 foot swells. Fun work. Frigid sight up here. Winds have really picked up. I've seen 25 knots. So it's waves are building. It's big sea here, but that's really cool. I got the engine started just to charge the battery bank back up because it's been running all the electronics and stuff since 5:15 this morning, so we'll make sure those batteries are up. And yeah, we've got 10 miles to the bridge. Once again, against all odds, the early bird gets the worm, and I happen to score a slip at Mackinac Island for the next 4 days. And yeah, pretty lucky to do that. Most of them are reserved. They keep a few set aside for transient travelers, and I happened to get here early and got one. So pretty cool. Wife will be driving up and taking the ferry across, and we'll get together then. So